Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. Today we are talking about Isperia, the Inscrutable, from the Dissension set of Ravnica. And this card, very cool. Not the color matters commander from this Azorius color scheme. We just talked about Grand Arbiter Augustine IV in the previous video. But this legendary Sphinx, with a power and toughness of 3/6 and a mana value of 5, 1 generic, 2 white, and 2 blue, has the keyword flying, because, you know, it's a Sphinx that can fly. And then it has a very cool triggered ability. Whenever Isperia deals combat damage to a player, choose a card name. That player reveals their hand. If a card with the chosen name is revealed this way, search your library for a creature card with flying. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So, very interesting and cool design for this commander. One, you have to be able to know or at least guess what is in your opponent's hand. But if you're able to do that, then you have this awesome toolbox commander for flying creatures. So I want to say that this is our first flying matters commander in the game. Right? Am I thinking that correctly? Yeah. Yeah, because we have like Soroya, who is a birds matters commander, because it gives your birds +1/+1. But it didn't care necessarily about flying, it just cared about birds, right? This cares about flying, which I don't think we've talked about at all in this series yet. Which I think is very fun. I love the keyword matters commanders, and it makes for some awesome and very clear, defined ways to build with this commander. So let's get right on into it. No card rulings for this commander, very straightforward. Just be prepared to have ways to look at your opponent's hand. Like telepathy, which is a great enchantment. Just lets your opponents play with their hands revealed. Bear in mind, this is an asymmetrical effect, so it's only going to hurt your opponents, but they will definitely take it as hurting them, and so they might not like you for having you be able to look at their hand at all times, so be mindful of that. And then a fun, janky build around for this commander. I'm trying to do just one deck idea that's unique, different, or maybe not the most popular to build around. When I talk about flying, you can do any flying archetype you want, whether it's generic flying or whether you want to do like a specific tribe in flying, which birds is probably the most iconic and probably has the most support in Magic's history, is white-blue birds. Then you have like white-blue sphinxes, white-blue dragons. I guess white-blue dragons is probably the strongest of all the creature types that have flying. You could do white-blue spirits, which is also really cool. But the one I went with is white-blue drakes. Now, there's not a whole lot of drake-specific support, but I think there are some cool either mono-blue or Azorius drakes that you can play with. Bear in mind, this will be a pretty heavily blue deck if you're playing Drake Tribal. But I think you can have a lot of fun with this. There's a lot of cool Kindred synergy cards that are in blue and white that will work great with drakes. And of course, in Azorius, there are other spells that care about flying that will allow you to support your Drake tribe. Also bear in mind that because Isperia is a toolboxy kind of commander, you can tutor up any creature with flying. It's not going to be perfect by any means, because drakes are not the strongest tribe in the game, but there are some pretty cool toolboxy drakes that you can put in your deck that can provide you extra tactical support, whether it's drawing cards or countering spells and abilities. And that is going to do it for Isperia the Inscrutable. Really cool card, very interesting design, and a cool keyword-focused commander to build around. And surprisingly, lots of different ways to build around this commander. Actually, not surprisingly, lots of different ways to build around this commander. Really, really cool stuff. So go check out EDH Rec or Tapped Out if you want to look for some of the more common or very popular commanders to build with, because there's a lot. This card has the rank of S. There's a lot of different deck ideas you can build around it. And let me know what you guys think about the Drake Tribal. And thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!